the national championship.
The Florida Gators have won the Southeastern Conference Championship. GatorZone is presented by Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
Welcome to GatorZone. Jeff Cardozo, Gareth Gutierrez here with you. It is that time of year. We've made it through 2017. It is time for our best of show, looking back at everything from a really busy fall. We're here at the Lemerin Volleyball Practice Facility, and that's where we're going to start. A little look back at some volleyball.
Yeah, before we look back, let's look forward right now. Looking snazzy on the Gator gear, certainly festive for the holidays, and what a fall it was. Just championships and great play all over the place, and obviously the volleyball team getting all the way to the last four teams. Winning the SEC was certainly special. Mary Wise has now won 23 SEC championships. She couldn't have done it without one of the seniors. A great senior group, but this one transferred in from Michigan. CK, as she is known, was diving all over the place, saving balls left and right, and here's a little more from Megan way back when.
Most Division I student athletes grew up playing multiple sports before landing on their best to pursue. Volleyball's Caroline Knope really did try them all.
Growing up, I had played basketball and soccer and softball and t-ball, and I had done it all. Golf, a little bit of tennis, swam, dove, but I had never played volleyball. Well, Mrs. Vegas goes, "Oh my gosh, you are so athletic. I've grown up with you. I know how competitive you are, and I want you to try and play volleyball." Went to the tryout for the 12s club team, and back at that time for San Gabriel Elite, the club that I played for, if you could walk and chew gum at the same time, you're on the team. So lucky me, I made the team, and I have not looked back since.
That family friend knew exactly what she was talking about, and after 2 years at Michigan, CK was on Florida's radar as well.
Definitely had some good seasons up at Michigan, and I had played on the junior national team with Ramat and Carly, that they knew who I was because of those two things kind of combined. And I instantly fell in love with the school. I instantly fell in love with the championship atmosphere that we have here. You know, I was far from home at Michigan, but I'm even further from home here. So yeah, there were a lot of things that combined. My parents loved the school. Mary is a great mentor and was a huge reason for me to come here. I want to coach, and she is the best in the business.
One aspect that would prove to be a challenge for anyone, winning over for a second time in their 4 years an entire new team and stepping right into a leadership role.
You don't have a voice coming in if nobody knows who you are / you haven't proved yourself. It takes time to do those things. That is months and months of practicing next to someone, months and months of communication. It is truly difficult to gain trust and to be given, trust by your teammates. And so that is the most difficult thing, and especially going into my junior year. I had 2 years here. How do you do that and speed up that process while continuing to get to know your teammates and just live on a day-to-day basis and go to school and still communicate back home with your parents? It was pretty difficult, but the coaching staff here and the team made it an extremely flawless and easy experience. I gained trust pretty quickly, and now, going into my senior year, I kind of have an opportunity to help lead this team to what we hope is a national championship.
Behind Knope's grit, enthusiasm, and volleyball IQ, the Gators only lose one player and have amazing chemistry and talent from top to bottom.
Oh, it could be really scary good. And, just saying that, I get chills, and that's not, I'm not just making that up. It's not something that we say here. There are 330 Division I teams that start off this next year saying, let's win a national championship. And of those teams, how many honestly, truly believe that they can? Maybe that number's 10, 15 that truly believe they can do it. We are one of those teams. We have worked extremely hard over the summer to put ourselves in a position to execute at an extremely high level this fall and to win it all if we can.
This year, especially after the promise of weekend one, could be one for the history books.
All right, Megan, thank you very much. And what people didn't see in that feature was CK was playing with a bum finger down the stretch, but it didn't slow her down, and nobody else was slowed down by this senior group. What a phenomenal bunch. You had Lindsey Rogers, you had Carly Snyder, you had Shina Joseph, and oh yeah, the SEC Player of the Year, Ramat Al-Hassan. She wasn't too shabby either.
Not at all. Like you said, SEC Player of the Year. She was an All-SEC member this year, and during her career, 4-time All-American. Part of the third team one year, part of the second team one year, and a couple of first team honors for her. There's a reason she wears number 1.
In middle school, it was all basketball for Ramont Alisson as she wanted to go to college to play the sport. Then in 10th grade, just for fun, she picked up volleyball. She claims to be terrible, but the love of the team sport took over.
Different atmosphere, completely different. Like, I feel like it's more of a team sport. Like, you can't, in basketball, you can have one player and still win a game, but like in volleyball, like you need that entire team to be able to succeed, and I really like that.
Then it was club volleyball and deciding she wanted to come to Florida, but only to play volleyball. Her biggest obstacle to overcome that first year was giving up her independence.
Probably like working with other people, like having to live with other people, because like, you know, obviously everyone grows up differently and that kind of thing, so like figuring that out. I was raised so like independent, like by myself, so I always remember this, like I just leave, you know, like if I'm going to go study, I'm going to go study, like it's not anyone else's business. So I would leave and Carly would always ask me, where are you going? And I just be like, why do you want to know? Like that kind of thing, and just like getting used to that and like being able to just work around people and like knowing that like Carly loves to talk and like being like adjusting to that kind of thing.
Head coach Mary Wise knows that each summer Alisson has made huge progress.
This year, Ramont was the youngest player that played in the Pan Am Cup team. She's referred to as the grandmother in this program. She was the newbie with Team USA, but every time she goes out there and into California and trains with the national team, she gains that experience playing with some of the best players in the world, against some of the best players in the world. The competition isn't easy, but I think Ramont is so driven, so disciplined, she's gonna have a chance. And I think her volleyball career is going to extend long after college.
Something that national team coach Karch Karai said will now always stick with Ramont.
Like really stressed was have no expectations, so never going to a match expecting to win, because you kind of rob yourself of the joy of when you actually win. He was like always just go in ready to fight and not expecting an outcome. And that really stuck with me, because it's like, okay, like being in the moment and having fun and just embracing whatever is going on around you at that very time.
Advice like that helps number 1 enjoy every practice, point, and match as she finishes up her Gator career. But while climbing the record books at Florida, Ramont is always listed among the elite players here. Only the 6th skater to become a 3-time All-American, and she's not done. She credits those accomplishments to everyone along this journey.
I think honestly it's like a testament to like how hard I'm willing to work, as well as like all the people around me, because I would not be here without those people. And I think about like how much my game has grown since I've been here, like just from freshman year to now. And there's so much that I've learned from people. Like I think Dave is probably one of those people that I've learned so much from. Like he is an IQ coach, like he teaches that, and the things that I've learned from him, I literally carry with me every single time. Like I'm playing volleyball, like when I'm overseas with like USA volleyball, like I'm using those cues and the information that he's giving me. And I just like, I feel like I see the game so much better than I ever could have, I feel like, if I didn't know who Dave was.
So that 10th grade terrible volleyball player that picked up the sport only because she was super competitive will leave here pretty high in many Gators' minds, especially in the eyes of someone who knows all about great volleyball players.
Ramont Alisson, when it's all said and done, I think is going to be right up there. Her jersey's going to be hanging on the wall next to Kelly's.
Kelly Murphy, that is, a Gator Olympian and bronze medalist. For GatorZone, I'm Megan Parler.
Congrats to the volleyball team on another fantastic season, and Ramont will certainly be missed.
Yeah, I'll miss all the block calls, all the kill calls certainly, and Gator Nation will miss somebody special because she did it the right way for a really long time. And this guy does it the right way. We're going to take a time out, but our next story is another senior. Doesn't wear sweaters, he wears Speedos.
GatorZone is brought to you by Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far. And by Gatorade. Win from within.
Welcome back to GatorZone. Gareth and I thought we had pretty cool summers being out in Omaha watching the baseball team win a national championship, but I guess there was somebody else this summer that was way better than that.
That's right. Once we got back from Omaha, we were able to flip on the television and watch the World Championships in Budapest, where Caleb Dressel racked up 7 gold medals.
Just unheard of. So he's certainly special, and let's take a look back on that special summer.
2017 was a historic summer for senior Caleb Dressel. After getting his feet wet on the international stage last year at the Rio Olympics, Dressel once again put on the red, white, and blue this summer and frankly dominated in Budapest, Hungary at the FINA World Championships. As Gator fans and swimming fans may recall, Dressel came home from the 2016 Rio Olympics with 2 gold medals. An amazing accomplishment, but for Dressel, it was a learning experience.
So Rio was like the first baby step, I think, welcoming me into international swimming. I only swam 1 individual there and 1 relay, so it was a nice introduction to how things work and how fast the meet really is. I was thankful for Rio. Wasn't super happy with the results, but I was excited for Hungary.
Caleb Dressel had a breakout meet in Budapest, winning 3 golds in the first 5 days of competition. Then on day 7, Dressel did something no one has ever done before at the World Championships or the Olympics. He won 3 golds in 1 day. As a matter of fact, it was more like 3 golds in about 90 minutes.
So most of it was pure panic going from event to event, but Troy just kept reiterating 1 event at a time. So after my 50, pretty much jogged to the warm down pool, got as much as I could, changed suits, and then went up to the ready room again. And then after 100 fly, I had an award ceremony I had to go to. So it'd be rushing to go there, get back, change my suit again for the relay. They were very lenient and they're very cooperative with me, but 1 race at a time. If you're thinking about another race when you got 10 meters to go, I don't think I would have got my hand on the wall for some of those. So it's very important to put all your energy into 1 specific thing at a time.
I remember just sticking around the pool because I was like, I'm not missing this for anything. So I stayed at the pool even though I didn't need to be there. I was down on deck, I watched every swim. It was great, it was unbelievable. Like those 3 swims in 1 night was just one of the best performances by a swimmer ever.
Dressel concluded the FINA World Championships with 7 gold medals, tying the GOAT Michael Phelps for the most golds won at 1 World Championship. After his historic performance, Caleb was named the male swimmer of the championship meet. He was then later named USA Swimming's Athlete of the Year.
I was happy to win it, but that's my job there. If I'm wearing that flag on my cap, that should be everyone's goal on Team USA, is to win any and every event that you're signed up to swim for and represent your country with.
I always knew he was capable of doing that, but he just needed that breakout meet to transfer his talent from the short course pool into the long course pool. Because I know there was a lot of people that doubted whether he would be able to kind of dominate on the world stage, especially in the long course pool. I think he just proved them all wrong.
Something that helped Dressel throughout those 8 days of competition was the amount of support he had with him in Budapest. There were a total of 12 Gators competing at the World Championships, as well as Greg Troy and Anthony Nesty there as coaches.
I'd see him in the warm down pool. Mark would already be talking trash to me about how maybe my finish was bad or why I breathed that close to the wall. So they'll keep you honest. The guys you train with every day, they know what you put in and they know what you deserve. So to have them there with me and me be able to watch them swim on a world level is truly amazing. It shows the depth we have here at Florida.
Dressel now has his eyes fixed on his senior year here at Florida, his last season in orange and blue. Caleb and the rest of the men's team have big goals for this season, and they are going to do everything they can to turn those dreams into reality.
Do what I need to do for the team. If I need to be swimming a 500 free or a mile, gosh dang it, I'll do it. I'll do anything. I just want to end my senior year the way I always dreamed of doing it, and it's not going to be easy. And you can't plan on perfect, but I'm not going to miss a moment, I'm not going to miss a memory. So forget the swimming, I just want to enjoy the rest of my year here.
For GatorZone, I'm Shelby Granat.
Thank you, Shelby. And Jeff, it is incredible to think that Caleb's UF career not done yet.
No, it's not. They got January, February, so the big part of his season to wrap up his UF career, but don't worry, it will not be over then. He's got a great international career after that.
You don't want to miss the rest of this swimming and diving season, so make sure you go to floridagators.com for the schedule. You can buy tickets, follow along the whole way. And you don't want to miss any more GatorZone, so stick with us after the break.
GatorZone is brought to you by Wells Fargo. Together, we'll go far. And by Gatorade. Win from within.
Welcome back to GatorZone. Jeff and Gareth still hanging out with you here. This year's soccer team, another incredible season as they normally do. This year they were highly ranked for a large part of the season and then made a really deep run into the NCAA tournament. a little bit of extra added motivation for the team this year.
Yeah, there certainly was. Where all that success on the field, some unfortunate stuff happened off the field as Becky Burley lost both her mom and her dad, but the team used it as a rallying cry. They got a patch, they surprised her with it, wore it the rest of the way, all the way to one of the best 8 teams in the country.
Between the months of February and July, the Florida soccer family lost 2 of their biggest fans, Ron and Nancy Burley. Losing both of her parents in a span of 5 months was obviously not easy for Coach Becky Burley, but the team was there for her the entire time. Ron and Nancy are now with the Gators in spirit, and the team is reminded of their presence every game. When Coach Burley lost her father in February, the Gators immediately wanted to help out in whatever way they could. They responded the same way in July when her mother passed away.
This is our family. I think we all kind of felt the loss through Becky. We know how much her parents mean to her. They were a loss to us too, and so we just really wanted to band together and support her as much as we possibly could.
I'm not a big emotional person or like sharing emotions too much, and I think the team gave me like a safe space to do that with them.
It was a tough situation, but it allowed the players to be there for their coach, someone who is always there for them.
In her role, she's constantly consumed of a supporting role, so the fact that we were able to flip it is just like so meaningful, and the girls are really excited about that opportunity to show her how much we care.
Ron and Nancy were supportive of Becky her entire soccer career, playing and coaching. So when the Gators took the field for their home opener, Coach Burley couldn't help but notice a few familiar faces weren't there.
It was pretty weird, for sure. When my parents would come to games, they would come really early, and my dad would always save the chair, like a companion chair, because my mom had her own wheelchair. And so he would either tip the chair against the railing or he would put a towel on it to save the chair so no one else would take it. When I walked out for the first game, there was a chair tipped on the railing, which was really weird. I'm sure it was just there from like the whole summer, but just seeing that made me think a little bit. And I have a little video that I watched where my mom was saying good luck for the next game, which was obviously filmed a while ago. It was a little bit weird, but I really felt like they were there in spirit.
The players made sure Coach Burley felt her parents' presence the first home game of the 2017 season. With the help of a lot of people in the University Athletic Association, the Florida soccer team had R and N patches put on all their uniform sleeves. With Coach Burley completely unaware, the team presented her the jerseys before the game.
I was completely taken by surprise when they decided to put the patch on our jerseys. Like, I really had no idea that was coming. You know, for me to feel like they're still there now, even though they aren't, it just really means a lot. It's something that, you know, I will never forget for sure.
Every time we look to our shoulder, it's R plus N, and she sees that as well, and that's just a tangible way to be like, we're here for you and this is for you.
The Gators aren't just using the patch as a reminder of how amazing Coach Burley's parents were.
Soccer's amazing, soccer's everything, but there's a lot more to this, and it goes both ways because that just makes us come closer, it makes us play better, to have a purpose, and we definitely have a very strong purpose this season.
The Gators have played with grit, passion, and determination so far this season, and you can't help but wonder if it's because they're wearing their hearts on their sleeves. For GatorZone, I'm Shelby Granat.
Thank you, Shelby. And Jeff, it was great to see how much respect and admiration the team has for Coach Burley, and really great that they were able to honor her parents in such a special way.
And I remember being a student athlete here, and that's the mid-90s, and that was when Becky was here and her parents were all around, and certainly they saw a lot of great moments, and they will be missed, but the team did a great job. And you know, back when I was a player, I never got to go to the White House either. You get to do that if you win a national championship, and that's what the baseball team did. We'll show you that after the break. Jeff Cardozo, Gareth Gutierrez back here with you. Behind us, the 2017 National Championship sign already up at McKeithen Stadium and already through the fall. So it's time to move on to next season. It's going to be another great group, a tremendous amount of incoming freshmen come in, but a lot of guys returning, and those guys returning certainly remember that national championship and a trip to Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I got to go with the team. It was a lot of fun. They got to go to the White House, to the Capitol, check out a few monuments. So let's check out their trip to Washington, D.C.
Winning a national title comes with a few perks. There's the dog pile, the trophy, the rings, and the celebrations. Then there's the invite from the President of the United States to come to the White House. On November 17th, the Florida Gators baseball team headed to Washington, D.C. to celebrate the team's first national championship. President Donald Trump welcomed NCAA championship teams from all over the country to the White House, 18 teams in all. The Gators had a chance to meet and interact with the president.
The highlight of the day was probably when Donald Trump walked in. Aside from people may have their political views, but that's the President of the United States, and it was really neat just to feel his presence in the room as the most powerful person in the world.
Yeah, I got lucky. I didn't know what I was doing. I guess I stood in the spot. I was towards the middle, and he came in and sat in the middle of all of us to take the picture, and he reached out and shook a couple of our hands. So I remember last year I was filling out a questionnaire for ESPN or something where they asked you, like, if you could meet anybody, who would you want to meet? And I put down Donald Trump. So to look back a year from then and now it's happened, it's kind of surreal.
Being able to see the president and seeing him up close and going to the Oval Office, that was a great opportunity. I'm glad we were able to do that. It's just being great in D.C. for the day with all these guys.
After a quick trip to the White House, the team got a special message from Congressman Ted Yoho and a VIP tour of the Capitol building. The day ended with a trip to the Lincoln Memorial and the Vietnam and Korean War Veterans Memorials.
I got the text a couple weeks ago that we were going to have the opportunity to come here, and it was just, I've been pretty excited about it. And once we got here, it's just a surreal experience to be able to see all the things that people have done for this country so that we can live the way we do. It's pretty awesome.
These are once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. You never know when you get another chance to enjoy this, especially with all the guys that were able to be in the national championship team last year. And just having all these guys back has been great, and it's been a truly honor. I'm blessed to be here.
We loved having you around for 2017, and we'll be back with you in 2018. But in the meantime, you can follow the Florida Gators on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. And from all of us at the Florida Gators, we want to wish you a happy holidays and a happy new year. Thanks for spending your 2017 with us.
Yeah, what a fabulous fall it was, and so much to look forward to in the spring. You've got the gymnastics team ranked second, baseball team will rank top 5, softball team will be doing that as well, and of course how great the tennis teams are, swimming. I mean, it is nonstop here at the University of Florida, and we hope that you are with us each and every step of the way. He's my partner,
Gareth Gutierrez.
I am Jeff Cardozo. Thanks to John Rubin for all the great camera work for this show. See you guys in 2018.